broke away from the porch. I kicked the banister down off the porch and ran off the porch. I've been.
Then you saw me when you came off the porch. Then you saw me. That's what happened.
I'll be that more you gon'
When you came down, then behold, you're right. When the student is ready, the master appears. That's what you see.
I'ma be that more you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that more you gon' remember. Taharkabey front line till the law call my number. You a friend of the Moors, then you a friend of mine. I was told to watch my enemies, now hold my line. So what I'm saying is that without you even telling me the story, right? Without you even telling me the story, I already know the story. It's a classic. It's the classic espionage. It's the classic bait and switch. It's the classic, for real. It's the classic to try to set up, overthrow, gain intel, and realign our people with something that ain't gonna save them, help them, or even give us and put us in position to defend ourselves. Cause I'm from Baltimore. It's the dirty like any other place. It's real. So because of that, I know how to identify what's real and what's not beyond the senses of the eyes. You know what I'm saying? I sense with feel and I sense with soul. So I know this guy was moving funny from the break. But with that being said, let's start it off, brother, because I like it organic like this. So as we start, welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I'm your host, brother Taharkabey, and I got the real general on here today. I got the real general on here today, and I call the brother a real general because I've been looking into his jacket, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's a saying right back in the day, like, man, what you got on your jacket? We want to know what you about. And so that's because his digital fingerprint is real obvious. His sincerity, when I watched him, and now what I'm saying is people say, man, you don't even know. Listen, when I look a brother up and I find out that you jumped up out of your bed, out of your hometown, because you was inspired to help liberate our people with a guy that was given the impression that he was bout it. When you jump up and you leave your hometown, you get your squad, you get your mans in there, like, come on, we got a lit one, we got a real one, let's ride out. And you ride out, and then you man enough to say, pump the brakes. Maybe I was wrong. And that's the story without you even talking to me. We ain't never really talk. Without you really talking to me, your digital fingerprint says exactly what I said. Now, if I'm wrong, you can correct me. But brother, tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, let me tell the people that this is the real general of the NFAR. The C is a hijack. That's what my research tell me. But I'm gonna let you tell the people what it is, brother. Tell us a little bit about where you from, what you represent, and why we are here today with this interview, brother. The floor is yours.
All honor, man. General Delta, man, from Tampa, Florida. Original RBGs, man. I started out with the RBG movement. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you remember when SETI was up and running?
Yeah.
And this was during the time when it was I Am Troy Davis. Like, I'm trying to tell them where the conscious viral movement started at. You know what I mean? So it got a deep history to it. So it's like we came in this thing, and like I came in, like I tell the folks of NFAC, the imprint, what we have done today, it was the same energy what RBG kind of had back then, because we needed that voice. Right now in this hashtag revolution, what I call, we need a savior right now. And sometimes, you know what I mean, our own, they can see that, and they'll see that perfect moment to capitalize, you know what I mean? And utilize the sheet. A lot of them like that, you know what I mean? So we go back to the history of it when it come back to Malcolm, You know what I mean? We go back to the history when it come back to Dr. King. See, I've been doing my research like that. I was never the type to just follow suit. You know, so when it came back to RBGs, I started up and running with that. Then that led on to a whole nother situation with Guerrilla Republic, but said he never knew. I was the one he was tagging on his post through Ricky Ross. You know what I'm saying? Mind over matter. Some of them might heard the term RBG'd up. That was me who created that.
Right.
You see, so back then we was front runners, you know, and but I seen things transpiring, right? When I seen the Alton Sterling situation, this leading up to NFAC, but the Alton Sterling situation, when that occurred with Philando, I was like, well, maybe I want to get back into it, you know. So I contacted him, the Panther Party here, the chapter here in Tampa, Florida. So we spoke a little bit. So I contacted Ali Muhammad in Tampa here, right? Y'all remember Ali Muhammad?
Hey, brother, this is what, let me cut your wisdom for just a second. It's amazing because when the Freddie Gray demonstration kicked off, you know, and I was in the same position with the Moors, like, why the Moors ain't doing nothing? Moors will get mad with me saying this, but that's how I felt. One of the first persons I reached out to was Ali Muhammad.
Yeah. And the chapter here, right? So we spoke on the phone. He was like, you know what I mean? But like how you said, you was like street, you know, you still got that street edge to you. You know what I mean? And certain things men are say will make your antennas go up a little bit, right? So he made a comment, which my antennas went up. And it was like, oh yeah, I'm a street dude too. I'm talking about getting them out the streets. I ain't talking about no street business. So my antennas went up. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, okay, told me to call on, set up a meeting, but he blocked me that weekend. He dodged me. So I'm like, what is going on, bro? You know what I mean? He blocked me. That Friday, I think it was that Friday, that Thursday, went down to Ybor City, ended up getting robbed. Now, I wanted to talk to him and take him down there and try to reach out to those same kids that
who was that got robbed?
Ali Muhammad. Ali Muhammad, Tampa Chapel. Now, when this hit World Star, Panther Party member get robbed and call police. You see that? But I called him a week before that, and he blocked me, and he dodged me and went down there and got robbed. Called the police, praised them, made a mockery of him, threw him on World Star. He hashed him back again. See, I told you. You see that? He was like, yeah, such and such, you know what I mean? We removed, he was taking money down here in this chapter, here in the Tampa chapter. So he was removed. So that's what drew me back a little bit. Like, okay, this is kind of odd. I saw NFAC. I sat there and I watched the Amar situation, you know.
Yeah, when the first time did you see the brother hit your radar? When did the brother Grandmaster Jay hit your radar for the first time?
Someone from the content community hit me on Facebook. So they sent me a video. Said, hey, you might want to see this. I said, okay, I looked at it. But I didn't see it. I saw it. I didn't believe it at first. Because I'm like, I see different regimes out there. I see Panthers out there. I see RBGs out there. I see M66. I see different regimes. I can see them. We underground militia. I can see who is who. So I'm like, who is this guy though? You know what I mean? So I just seen the guy in the clip one time. You know what I mean? Then I seen that interview, such and such. You know, so I did my research on it. I was like, okay, it seemed like he's active. He's out there. That's what I was on, just getting active. You know what I mean? Just coming out, making a difference. So I sent him a message. Like, okay, I see what you're doing, such and such. I explained myself. I explained it. We started this. RBGs and all that, give him the rundown. He's like, okay, such and such, hit me up. And we spoke on the phone. You know what I mean? And I guess he got the rundown. It was like, okay, I see where you at. But like, again, you know how you get on the phone and you hear a person say something that didn't sound right, my antennas went up. Right then and there, I said, okay, that didn't sound right, but it just be no street people. Because sometimes, dude, they be trying too hard. You know what I mean? And they expose themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I saw that, but I ain't say nothing. But I was told that a lot of people, they'll disrespect gang. But then again, that's what they're asked for, because they'll try to place you with gang member. You know what I mean? They want to make an imprint on you. I'm like, I'm not a gang member, but my guys are locked up and they coming out of that lifestyle and then growth and development. You know what I mean? So we trying to make a change. That's what we on. You know what I mean? We was talking about that. So I said, okay, I bring my guys in, and I got some more guys on this side. They're on the same thing, the same mindset. You know, so we can do that. But it was like, well, I'm going to be the North and you're going to be the South. Yin and yang, day and night. You see that? So all the illegal ones, I want you to bring them in and build them up. You know what I mean? Show them the right way. You already know what you do. You run the whole South, Florida, Georgia, Texas, the whole southern region. It's going to be 2 of us. Okay, cool. So I'm going to drop the bag off and I'm gone. I'm going to drop the bag off and go where? Like, I'm gone. I'm like, where? So what I'm supposed to do with the whole thing? Like, man, I'm gone. Y'all.
Hold up. That's the baton to you.
Once he's going to drop the bag off here for this base here, because I was supposed to be stationed somewhere else. So it was like, well, I'm going to drop the bag off, make sure everybody's straight, salary base, and over here in the West Coast, I'm going to make sure they straight, then I'm gone. So I'm like, okay, so the nation, I run it? Okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, we'll take it from there. I didn't know.
So let me make sure so the people can get a grasp of this. Initially, he's saying that he is going to set up these different posts, so to say, or branches, if you will, and then you take it over and he fall back into the background.
Yeah, he's gone. He's just gone.
Okay.
So I didn't understand that. So I'm like, okay, NFAC, such and such. I'm just getting the rundown because of the militia imprint. So I'm like, all right. We get on the conference call. It's a couple of us on the conference call. I'm meeting everyone else. But now it's really 3 of us. Now I'm starting to see who's setting up what. There's number 2, you know what I mean? Number 1, and I'm number 3. You see it? So how this is kind of aligned, it's kind of like the Nation of Islam. Muhammad, you see Farrakhan, then Malcolm. You see that? That's how it's aligned. So I met the second piece. You know, we got the rundown about ATL, you know, and such and such. And I got the vision of it, but I didn't understand exactly why. You know, but I'm just listening, following suit. But on the call, it's like blood in, blood out. I'm like, blood in, blood out. I don't even know these folks. You know what I mean? I don't know them. You know, I'm listening.
In the dice game.
Yeah.
Stranger in the dice game.
Yeah, I'm like, blood. I'm like, all right, cool. But it was just, I don't know them. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, we following suit. And now before ATL, like I tell folks, a lot of things was aligned a certain way they don't know nothing about. ATL has a whole different story to it from Stone Mountain. Before going into ATL, I was looking at things over there on Facebook. And this LGBT girl came to me. And she was like, I love your videos and I understand your message. She's like, I want to be a part of your group, but I might not be accepted. So I'm like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, we're talking about fixing problems. I don't care nothing about none of that other stuff. So I offered to make her admins of the group. I said, if you don't feel welcome, I'm gonna let you run it then. You see, that to show you how much we don't care about that. You know, so she was like, oh, wow. You know, so she was shocked. So I go back to Jay, I say, hey, we have Browns in here. My niece and nephew are mixed. You know what I mean? My comrades, I remember Latin Kings, all that down here. So I got them all here. I'm like, Florida is different. I don't do that conscious community stuff. I came from that. I saw that go left. We don't wasted 2 centuries doing that.
Come on,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Debating and all that. You already know how it is. I know. I got trust. This go deep into this. We're gonna talk later on.
You're right.
You feel what I'm saying? But it's like I already know how it goes. So
let me say this.
Yeah.
You see how we talking right now?
Yeah.
This is what I want people to understand. whether you know me from the quote unquote conscious community or not, me and you can relate on a level from a historical point of view of even the conscious community from the internet, as you call hashtag generation.
Yeah.
We can meet right there. We can talk about SETI. We can talk about Umar. We can talk about all of this when this one challenged this one, when SETI challenged the Moors, when he came at Severe Bay and mopped the floor.
When Polite first came out, remember
Polite,
the Warrior House here in Tampa?
You understand what I'm saying, brother?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is this shows that we have a point of reference. And I don't mean to cut your wisdom, but one of the red flags is that this guy showed no point of reference as to where he come from, who he came out of, what is his foundation? Nothing.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. But I yield the floor, brother.
And that's why I want to say that NFAC members need to understand this. We didn't come to belittle you or debunk nothing. I'm telling them I'm coming to restore the image where he's tarnished. What you're representing, these letters, NFAC, he do not represent it. He has a different agenda. So you got to understand something, that you didn't need this spark. You see that? The hashtag was your spark. You know, Avery, Amar was your spark. You see, George was your spark. He utilized that. Brianna was the spark. What I'm trying to show y'all. Y'all going out there for real. Be genuine with it. And someone else has a different agenda. And we're coming to show you that. And y'all are part of the reason for the hashtag, say her name, hands up, don't shoot. You Negroes that sat here for centuries and y'all saw that Confederate flag when what's her name? Bree Newsom climbed up there and pulled it down. You see that? So now when it come down to the Great Awakening, it's on you now, because you allowed yourself to be led into a slaughterhouse. That's how you feel. You see that? Because we're trying to awaken you. But we ain't got time to be trying to keep saving sheep. You feel me? If they don't want to, that horse don't want to drink, shoot it. That's what we at today. We're going this way. We're wasting time dealing with mortal men. You know what I mean? We don't feed into agendas and egos. We've been there, done that. You see? So it's like it's time to do this thing for real. And that's what I'm telling them here. I'm explaining it to you guys. So once again, going back into ATL, there was a message.
How did let me say, how did you go from in Tampa on the conference call to now you're going to make a trip to the ATL? Did you make the trip to the ATL or to the Louisville first?
ATL first. ATL was the first mission.
That's right. ATL, Stone Mountain.
Yeah, Stone Mountain.
How did that come about?
My mindset, I wanted to do 3 missions. So I'm like, we got to top that. We got to stay. Jay wanted to be out in a year. So how that came about, it was like I'm saying, these missions came out of nowhere. You know, when we won, I'm like, okay, these missions, okay. I heard it on the chat card, I didn't really care about it. I'm just on the mission. I still don't know about what happened with Brianna, full story. I still don't know.
Let me say this. Okay. Somebody said to me on one of my streams today, in the comment section, they said, the only reason that NFCA went to Stone Mountain is because, quote unquote, white supremacists threatened to shoot black people. I said, don't you know that's a scam? That's not real. That's not real.
Because see, on the call, I spoke about the gays and all that, and the Browns, and we had an argument, me and Jay. He was like, no gays and the fuck all that. I'm like, well, bro, I'm just trying to tell you. You can't tell him nothing. So I'm like, all right, if you trying to do a whole new nation and you go up there and do that, then it's gonna be different. I feel you, but let you do. All right. He goes up there. We get to ATL. It was a situation that occurred before Stone Mountain. See that? A situation that occurred with an agent. So I don't know who this guy was. Somebody came at Applebee's. Yeah, we had a situation before Stone Mountain. It was a guy that we went to Applebee's, and there was a guy that pulled up. He was kind of strange, and I caught him. You know, I'm like, he's moving weird. You know what I mean? This is odd. You know, he left. We go in a restaurant, order our food. That same guy come back and walk directly to our window and look through it, directly at GrandMaster. Turn around, he walks off. We turn around, we catch him. I say, Jay, that's him. That's the same dude. Come on. So we out on him. We get out on him, you know, Buddy runs and he jumps in the car, speed off. I didn't, you know, so GrandMaster on it. I'm like, get off on him then. Never got off, you know, so I'm like, what is this? I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? That's when we first got there. That's the clips that I had put out. So my mind is starting to think back, was this staged or something? You know, because now we go back in the restaurant, and now there's a big guy in there. Now I go approach the guy. So I'm starting to see that you set this up. So I'll come around in front of him. I'm like, such and such. I'm like, where you from? He's like, I'm from Palm Beach. And I'm like, okay, I'm from Tampa. And he already knew what it was. I said, okay, now I'll peep you what you're doing. GrandMaster in the back somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm talking to them. I'm like, don't move. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you know her. He didn't know I was watching her. All of them was in on it, seemed like. You know, so, but Jay is in the back. I'm starting to put all these pieces together. Maybe he was in on all this. You know what I mean? Because the way how it went down. And I can say that because I know his character. You know what I mean? But that's beforehand, going into Stone Mountain. Now, going into Stone Mountain, mind you, we had the argument about the gays. He rejected. We get to Stone Mountain. The day before, he sat there on Morning Mental and gave a speech before Stone Mountain about Malcolm coming to that podium. That's what pissed me off a little bit. But like, you don't know the actual date that Malcolm died. How dare you come up here and use the God, you know what I mean, to empower yourself or make people feel some kind of, you know, like something's going to happen to my general. The message that the speech that he gave, I saw that. So I'm saying to myself, yes, Stone Mountain, as I had to tell white America, nobody called us out. Nobody, we didn't know at Stone Mountain the message. Like I tell y'all, we set it up. What Jay was doing was something totally different. You see, the message he gave, we didn't know what he was saying. We didn't know where he was going with that. So when he said that about being death threats and all that, that was a show to us. So I'm like, I don't know why he even said that, but cool. So when he got up there and it was like KKK, you said you was going to do this, y'all said that. We went along with it because at the time, during the hashtag, you know what I mean, they hanging us and shit, we need that. You know, we need it. We don't care what you're saying. Say it. You know what I mean? Because every militia out here, you got real militias out there. You got underground soldiers out here. That's what I'm
saying.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, but I know I've seen, bro, let me tell you something, brother. Many people may just getting familiar with me, but it's millions of people that know me way before this NFAC conversation. Yeah. Millions of people know me. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people. I've shaken hands with real thoroughbred, ready to go all out type brothers. Yeah. I've seen some of them on the mountain. Mm-hmm. And so I know without a doubt, a contradiction, that these guys are inspired, these sisters are inspired, but this guy here, he's going to use that inspiration.
Very reckless. Them. Yeah, because he knew, like my guys, they're part of Blackwater. They the elite of the elite. You know what I mean? So they top notch. Then you got M66. You got a lot of real militias in there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. So it's like I'm the one directing them. So it's like when you go into every formation, we set it up. So it's not the actual militia, it's the kill box I'm setting up, the snipers. You see that? We have everything already in place. We got professional hitters. You know, I'm talking about snipers, not hitmen. You know what I mean? Ex-military, but the imprint that he's doing, saying everybody's professional, no. A part of that formation is just folks that can come on out. We're protecting them with that within the regime, some in the back, some in the front. That's why I'm on the side.
I just say that though, because that makes more sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I'm like, just explain it.
What you saying makes way more sense. And then it makes way more sense that everybody on is trained and then bam, somebody shoot themselves.
It's different generals. Now at ATL, that conversation with that speech at Stone Mountain, when he got up there and he said that KKK, such and such, we still didn't know what he was talking about because they didn't call us out. You know what I mean? That's something that he just, you know, he threw that in there. The speech that he gave up there when it was like Browns, I don't care if you're brown, I don't care if you're gays, that shocked us. Because I'm like, you just said on the conference call that that's a no-no. So you really took pieces what I gave you and you utilized it. Okay, cool, no problem. We're a team. You know what I'm saying? We're a team, but don't say that me. Now going back down towards leaving Stone Mountain, Brooke's sister called us. We end up meeting Brooke's sister because the other guy, the other key piece, he had already told me about what was going on at Wendy's in Atlanta. They're
Now,
walking out there with guns.
Don't know who is Brooke's sister.
Yeah, Brooks that got shot at Wendy's in ATL.
Okay.
You see that when
yeah. But for the people that don't know, it's the brother that was in his car. I think he was sleeping or something, and the police came up on him, and he tried to take off, and they shot him.
So I was called over there to speak to the GDs. You know what I mean? Because the connection that we do have on the inside, and that was by the second leader, the second general, not Jay, but Jay called me like, "We need you over here." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, I'll get there." And she come over with CNN with the BLM and Jay give the speech. And he was like, "Well, I used to run with BLM. I started it. Such and such." And the way his energy towards her just wasn't right. And the way he spoke to him, I didn't like that. But long story and it lead to another. We go down to BLM, downtown Atlanta. This is the story that you never heard. With BLM, it was a very hostile environment. Now we were supposed to speak, but Jay was like, "Well, I don't know." Jay he was like, he was always on a time schedule to me. You know what I mean? It just seemed like that. He was like, "Nah, we ain't got time. We gone." He leave. So as he's walking out, I'm standing there with one of my comrades, and I'm like, "Well, I came for a purpose." And everybody sat on the ground, but they stood there like they was waiting for a speech, and that's when I gave them my little speech on the sorrows and all that. And CNN kept that, never came out. You see it? Right. So it was more to the story with ATL, coming back from ATL when we started trending. Right. The trending situation. Now I'm saying this is where everything starts to go left. The attention. Now we, 50, all under 50, T.I., DJ Academics, DL Hughley. You know what I mean? They Yuck Mouth, another one that's really fighting. He don't know. You hear me? So as we get back, I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened. Like I say, we put our lives on the line. We marching for them. You know what I mean? We dedicated. And I get a call about someone screenshotting my post in the Facebook group. Something going on with Gun Club, Repeat Gun Club. I don't know why it's a problem. I don't do all that kind of community feud stuff. I've been told him that. Leave me out of that. You know what I mean? So we get into a little verbal confrontation. He say something about clout chasing. The disrespect for you to say that. I had to spaz. I'm like, you know, DJ, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like now it's coming out. Like, who you talking to? You know what I mean? Now it's disrespect for you to even say that when you saw us put our lives on the line. You feel what I'm saying? You talking about some letter. This is no coke. I don't do no coke. Don't no man control me. You feel what I'm saying? Now when we know we running this, so that was one thing that kind of bugged me a little bit. But that ain't what it was, though. See, everything that was going on with y'all, which I was putting out online with the DJs and all that, see, I knew that before Stone Mountain. I was getting the calls. Delta, I want you to check on this. So I'm like, what is it? Is it serious? What is it? I didn't know. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to look at it. I'm looking at it and I'm saying to myself, wow. I saw the DJ situation. Now me being a certified songwriter and DJ Blitz from Jamaica Queens, that's my DJ. So he ran with 50 and all them. So as I'm watching him DJ, that was alarming to me because now I'm saying to myself, he don't DJ. So what is he doing? I'm saying to myself, and I'm just doing my research. So now that showed me character with the Grammy speech and the mixtape. None of this add up. A real field dudes don't do that. Any humble man don't speak like that. Right. You know what I mean? Speak on yourself. So now I'm starting to question it. But the feud that was going on after ATL, the division was starting to come upon, right? A comment was said to me on a chat call about Donald Trump having a warrant in Iran. We're just playing around. Say Donald Trump, they got a warrant for Donald Trump. And I'm like, okay, you said it twice, but I remembered that. So when I seen the Trump security situation come out, I thought about that. I was like, this didn't make no sense to me because every time I see him sitting in that suit, it's a little different, So now I'm saying to myself, now I'm curious because of the conversation. Like I tell folks, when it comes to NFAC, you have one room. You have 5 in there, then you have 3, then sometimes you only have 2. Me and you. You know what you said to me out your mouth. You see it? So when this man sit there and say to me, I do not wish to get in a shootout with America, or I'm not trying to get hit with a terrorist tag, now I'm starting to question, what is your agenda? What are you doing up there when you saying shoot to kill, 1 shot, 1 kill, and such? And you said this, I'm not trying to get in a shootout with America. I'm not trying to get hit with a terrorist tag while I'm still here. That's what he said. Now that's what killed my flame. That's what made me start thinking about my men out there. I'm gonna tell you about Kentucky. That's what made me start to think like that, because I skipped something too. The gun went off at ATL also. See that?
So somebody mistakenly fired a shot in ATL also.
Yeah.
At Stone Mountain.
Mistakenly. Yep. Bullshitting. Jay wasn't around then. He wasn't around in Kentucky. If I'm telling folks, you know what I mean? So it's like, we're not finna keep covering for him, because we have real men out there. We got a real militia. You know what I mean? These other folks that he's bringing, we don't know. He just bringing folks out there, some of them, but we know who's who. You see it? So that's what I'm asking him, like, how you got this set up? You know, but long story short, I was asked, why do I go live while he's on live on Instagram at the same time? I didn't understand that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Why do I go live and why I'm not on his live feed, right? Now, Jay got a call from a guy from Facebook, told Jay, hey, you got to see this guy over here in Facebook, over in Dr. Clark group. Man, they sit there till the morning, watch this dude. He said, what you're talking about ain't nothing like what he talking about. Jay told me this. And then he told me, man, I like that video. It was on the conference call. It was on the phone. All 5 of them. That video you had, Delta, I watched it twice. I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to use that. But I ain't know I was going to use it in ATL. So I let that be. And I sit back and I let you say your Scarface and all that, you know, and you will tell me that you don't want to get in the shootout and you're not trying to get hit with a terrorist tag. So I ask you, why did you sit there and align us with that conversation with Moscow? Why did you sit there and have that conversation with Africa? If that's not the case, you're not trying to get hit.
He was talking with people from Russia.
He had some kind of, I'm starting to think that he just bluffing now. Whoever he was talking with in Russia wasn't nobody.
Probably had an accent.
You hear me? So I'm like, yeah, he probably had, because the last interview with Columbia, the girl had 5,000 followers. I'm looking at that. I ain't saying nothing, though. The Tonight Show, I ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking at it like, maybe he just set this shit up. You know, but if you're saying that you're not trying to get hit with the terrorist tag, all I'm questioning is why you having conversations with them. You see that? If you know your agenda. You know, so going into Kentucky, I was asked to put 8 men around him to protect him. Now I was questioning why are we going so fast, because we just came from ATL on the 4th. I'm like, we need time.
Let me rewind for a second. Before we leave ATL. Now, those brothers and sisters that was in Stone Mountain, because that was my concern, that the sincere get caught up with the insincere. Peace and love, family. Can you hear me? Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. No, it's not frozen. It's not frozen. I need to see some thumbs up in the building. You know what I mean? This is serious business here. Let me go ahead and talk to y'all for a minute. Family, we're going to get some thumbs up in this building. Peace and love, family. How y'all doing? You know, family, I want y'all to know that this is a pre-recorded demonstration. And the reason why it's pre-recorded is because I wanted my brother to be able to express himself in the fullest extent without the comments rolling, I'm not paying attention to the paying attention to the comments, because this is serious business, family. I know many of us look at this as another YouTube presentation. You know, many people look at this as, okay, somebody want to get views. And I see people in the chat talking about backbiting and all of that. Family, listen, if I'm sitting up here telling, excuse me, if I'm sitting up here and telling you that this is a strong possibility that the person that is bringing out guns, saying that they're going to represent us as a people, saying that they're going to represent Breonna Taylor with no real solution and all of that. And I'm telling you, I made plenty of visits to the evidence. I've done plenty of videos to the evidence. And at the end of the day, you know, you just got to make a decision. You know, it's up to you to make the decision. I'm going to provide the information. You know what I mean? I'm going to provide the information. But now let me see. I'm going to look at some of these comments real quick, because I know some people like the comments. So let me see. Somebody said, I just heard somebody say something super crazy. Somebody knocked that off. But whatever the case may be, family, I'm just saying, you know, we need to start taking our leaders serious. We need to start taking our journey serious. However we're going to move forward, we need to start taking it serious. You follow what I'm saying? We need to start taking it serious. So this is what it is. You can make the decision. Some people call this divide and conquer. No, it's really not divide and conquer. In fact, we are dividing ourselves away from the imposter. If the imposter has snuck in among us and nobody is saying anything, come on now. We need to be for real about this. Now, let me say this. Before I did my first presentation, I actually sent a message to GrandMaster Jay, and my message to him was I would like to interview him, you know. And then after the first presentation that I did, he came into the chat and claimed he wanted to come on. I've given him many opportunities to come on. You know what I mean? I gave him plenty of opportunities to come on. As recent as today, he agreed to come on, but then he withdrew when he said, when he seen the flyer about me having the General Delta on. I call him General. That's right, because this brother's serious, you know. He withdrew, but then he came back and said, okay, let's stick to the plan. So we're going to see, you know what I mean? We're going to see if he stick to the plan. Let me say this. Let me just get rid of these comments. And I'm telling you, family, a lot of this back and forth, calling names, I ain't really feeling that. I'm just going to delete it. I don't care. Makes me no different. But if you can bring something concrete to the table, no emotions, I will allow you to come on and address me on Moorish World TV. But don't come with all your emotions that you just a hater. You just you want to be a leader. What have you done? How many people? I ain't even interested in that. Come with the information. Prove me wrong. That's all I need you to do. And I put out a challenge to GrandMaster Jay as well as anybody in this chat. If you filter through my video and you can prove any information that I've said concerning GrandMaster Jay, now, it got to be emphatic. It got to be uncut, raw, disproven. If you do that, I will take the video down and I will make a public apology. Now, I will take the video down and I will make a public apology. Is that fair? Because I know people get too emotional. I'm telling you that I stand by the research that I've put down. I stand by it. Whatever research that I put down in any of these videos, I stand by it. You know what I mean? and I will take down the video and make a public apology. But you have to prove me wrong with information. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do is prove me wrong. And this is for any GrandMaster Jay supporter, follower, or anybody. And to top it off, he can come and prove me wrong. We're not going to debate nothing. He's going to have to show receipts. He's going to have to show receipts. If I say, for an example, if I say that GrandMaster Jay lied about being the leader of Black Lives Matter, he's going to have to show me that he never said that. I mean, if I say GrandMaster Jay lied about beams, he's going to have to bring on some beams and show us that what he was mixing on beams was actually his routine. This is what I'm trying to tell you. No emotion. No emotion. The point is that and I would say it to him, I believe that the brother is some sort of agent provocateur to distract or to plan something for the next 5 to 10 years within our community that will cause our community to be set back apart from our liberation for another 10, 20, 50 years. That's what it is. Know what I mean? That's what I believe. Now, he can prove me wrong. He can prove me wrong. Somebody said the leader of the BML, he said he was the national leader of Black Lives Matter. I got him on tape recorded. Recorded said that. Not only that, I got multiple other things. I mean, I got multiple other things. And I ain't even finished yet. I actually did a poll on Facebook and tell people that, should I leave this alone? You know what I mean? Or should I keep bringing receipts? Because I got a whole bunch of stuff. Because I want my people to know that just because somebody start talking the language you speak, just because somebody start acting or dressing like you dress, that don't mean that they for you. I mean, that don't mean that they for you. That's all I'm saying. And so, family, there is an agenda. Do I know what the agenda is? Absolutely not. But did we know what the agenda was with Tuskegee? With Tuskegee Airmen? Did we know what the agenda was? Absolutely not. Did we know what the agenda was? If you believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy, do we know what the agenda is? Absolutely not. Now that we see that we're so removed from 9/11, maybe it was about national security and securing the authority to run up in your house without a search warrant. Securing the authority to listen to your conversations without a search warrant. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? The point is, right now, we don't have to know the actual reason why this is taking place. There's no need to ask why this is taking place. All we need to know that it's happening and it's taking place, and it just don't smell right. And we need to get out the way. And so me as a warner to my people, I'm saying get out the way. I ain't saying follow me, join the Moorish Science Temple of America. Delta ain't saying follow him, join the militia. We're saying be aware, be cautious. You know what I mean? Be careful, be cautious. With that being said, family, I want y'all to enjoy the rest of the show. Part 2 will be up tomorrow. I need everybody to give a good thumbs up for me, family. Hit that $, support the channel, you know, and just be on your tippy toes, man, looking over the fence. Look over the fence, see who's over that fence. Don't let nobody play you, family. Don't let nobody play you. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here and let you do your thing. Shout out to Delta, man. Delta, man. dealt to that man. You know what I'm saying? I feel the brother, man. I definitely do, you know, and I'm just looking forward, you know, I'm just looking forward to the next interview, so y'all can take it all in. Also, I'm hoping that I'm not pressed. Let me say this real quick before I get out of here. Let me say this. I am not pressed to have GrandMaster Jay on the show. I'm not pressed to have him on the show. But if he wants to come on the show and represent his position, I'm willing to have him on the show. You follow what I'm saying? If he wants to come on the show and represent his position, I'm willing to have him on the show. It's not necessary for me to have him on the show. Makes me no different one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? In fact, it might not be in his best interest to come on the show because I'm not the type of person where we're going to evade the facts. All I want is the facts. I don't want no filler. I don't want no speech. I don't want no lecture. I don't want how many things that you did. Nope, because I understand what's being perpetrated among my people. And my position is the same. Now, if I'm wrong, then it's okay to disagree. And if I'm wrong, and you can prove that I'm wrong on Moorish World TV, you can prove that I'm wrong on any point that I've said, I would take all the videos down and I'll make a public apology. In fact, I would make a public apology on his platform. Y'all hear me? If I am wrong, let me get Andre Wooding out of here. Because that's the stuff I'm talking about. I remove people like that. I'm going to remove Andre Wooding because he's not making no sense. I mean, if he proves me wrong, I will make a public apology on his platform. All right. So, fam, let's get back to the demonstration. Appreciate y'all. And we back at it. Right? Did anybody after the fact, after the march and after the conversation, did anybody give a sense that, hold up, something don't feel right, or everybody was just caught up in the moment?
Everybody we was on a high, but we really live it. So, right. but before Stone Mountain, I told all my men I want to watch everybody out here. I say that. I want to watch every man. I don't care who it is in NFAC. Me. I didn't trust nobody. You see, it wasn't, nobody is no God. I want to watch these people. That's what I told my squad. You see? So I was already on that. But after the fact that people don't understand, like, they are very compassionate about it because they live it. They really live it. We didn't sleep 2 days. We got real soldiers in that. They real shooters. They're very equipped. So it's like there's no game. And he's making us look stupid. You see? And that's what I'm telling them. He cannot represent the face because he don't know what he's saying. He don't know his own science.
Let me ask you this. On Stone Mountain, did you guys show up and then the police show up? Was the police there? How does that work? Because it's his message that we just showing up and bam. But if you got like me that do investigative reporting to try to see who's real and who's not, I'm seeing police cars flanked all over the place. I'm like, was they there? What was happening with that?
So when he came out, we was questioning about not having a permit. That's question about that. But when Buddy came out, like I say, this looked weird because Jay was leading in front of him. This man was right behind him. For us not to have a permit, it seemed like they were together.
Yeah.
When I look back at it, now I look back at it, it just seems staged. You know what I mean? It seems set up to me. Because it didn't make sense. And like I'm telling everyone, none of that story was real. It was created. And I'm like, don't create this and start no war and get us hit with a terrorist tag. You know what I mean? But I'm saying this is not your intention. So who putting you up to this? If that's the case, my mindset. You see it? But yes, we didn't know nothing about the cop setup. We didn't know nothing about the entire setup.
And they was flanked all around the place, but most people just was paying attention. It's like the sister that was holding the camera, I don't know if it was a sister or whoever, whoever was holding the camera phone, it was like they were intentionally trying to avoid, but it was just so many they couldn't avoid it. Not when you got an eye like me. I'm like, nah, there's one there. There's one there. What about the moment when the European pulled up in the car? I thought that was very odd.
That's what I was saying. Like,
I thought that was real odd that there's a formation going on, and this car is they're in the formation. Appears to be. I don't know. I wasn't there. What was that all about? Did you notice?
Yeah,
how did that?
One thing I didn't even catch that until after when I saw it on the timeline. See, because the regime is so big. Me and the other piece, we the ones who run the regime. We set it up, so we don't even speak to Jay sometimes. Right. We just let him do what he do. So you got the writer, you got the beat maker, and you just got the artist. Yeah. He's just the face of it. Jay is just the face of it. But everything else, we already had that in control. You see, so when he done that, I was saying to myself, you said the wrong thing because you weren't supposed to do that. You know what I mean? And look what they done to that. You know what I mean? They took that and they cropped it up. Even the message that you spoke of, that you weren't supposed to speak that.
But it didn't even seem real though.
It didn't.
From a thoroughbred like myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, say for instance, man, shout out to Taharkabey, you know what I mean? I watch him when you might have seen the same video, telling Polite cross the line. Cross the fucking line. Taharkabey,
he found out.
Cross. You see the passion there. You know if Polite crossed that line, he was gonna get smashed. And what if hands about it. That day, whether Taharkabey has evolved and matured and went to a whole nother level today, the light was going to get smashed. You know what I'm saying?
I remember all that.
However, though, when you look at how GrandMaster Jay is talking to this European, it don't give no air of authenticity.
No. You know, nothing. I'm trying to tell these folks, like, nothing about Jay was authentic. Nothing. He said he's a vegan, but at Applebee's he ordered ribs. That's what we're telling these folks. That's why my guy didn't show up. My guy didn't come to Kentucky because he ordered ribs. So Jay tapped me up under the table on my leg when he ordered the ribs. I'm like, boy, you something else. You know what I'm saying? But you putting that, you know what I mean?
You joking?
Yeah, you putting that video.
No weed.
Yeah, you smoking. I'm getting it to him. You know what I mean? I'm getting it to him. You know what I mean? So I'm watching him. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? But it's like everything about him. What he is? He's from somewhere else. He's kind of like a clone where he's learning as he go. You see what I'm saying? He don't know it. He's trying to learn how to be this, how to be a rebel, how to be conscious, how to be a field dude, how to be a military. He's trying to learn for myself. He's stealing everything about him. He steals it.
But let me tell you this. I said in one of my videos, I say it's going to get real dangerous real soon because he reminds me of a brother Polite. I got to mention Polite again. Polite has a photographic memory. Polite,
he want to
something and flip it off to you real fast. And he reminds me of a brother Polite in that regard because I'm seeing how he polishing himself. I'm seeing how he's name dropping true freedom fighters, true circumstances where people had to get up out of it. I'm watching him. Like in the beginning, he was coming up with his own stuff. Sound like Reverend Chickenfoot.
Yeah.
And now he's starting to name drop a little more. He's
everything about
books a little more. And when he starts to do that, that tugs on people who don't understand how psychology works with the emotions. And I see it. And I say it's going to get real dangerous because he's good. He's getting better.
He's good. And that's what my YouTube, the Who is Delta, he was jumping on there. He telling me, I know Jay. Jay's took everything from me. My whole style, he switched it up, right? So like before, like after ATL going into Kentucky, that's when I started seeing he knew that I hadn't caught on to him. So he started trying to break away. So I'm like, where that bag at? You see that? I'm asking where that bag that you were talking about. Because you ain't finna sit here and try to be playing with field dudes and manipulators and users. And then you on to the next phase because everything about you is already fraudulent. I'm sitting and watching. He knew I was the only one that really knew. You see what I'm saying? The whole time I can come out. It wasn't what Tariq was saying. What you were saying, none of y'all. He knew it was only one source. That's why he jumped from IG to YouTube. You see that? Because I got the videos, I got the screenshots, I got all that. You know, so but I'm telling these folks.
Hold up. Help us understand that. What made him recently abandon IG. Now you know IG. I don't understand that. I can't get a hundred people listening to it. You know how hard it is to gain a following on IG, and he gains it and leave it.
Yeah, see, question that.
That doesn't make sense to me. Bro,
Question
you go live, I go live. You might get 50, 75, and whatever. I might get 30 or whatever the case may be. I've been around for a minute. But
yeah,
this guy go live, and you know he done tugged on some heartstrings, and he got a nice little following.
yeah, question that.
But he just dropped it.
Yeah,
question make sense.
Now I'll tell you why. Because he already saw those text messages I was sending him. I've been sending him text messages the whole time. Jay had blocked me. He blocked me before Kentucky. You see that? That's the screenshot I put up there. I'm the gentleman. It's three of us, really. The other one, he backed out. He said, man, I can't deal with it. So now it's only two of us. But he'll try to turn me and him against each other. And he's the god of chaos. I'm telling you. You see it? So before, people don't know that. Before Kentucky, he blocked me. And that's why he's jumping ship from IG, because he already know. He's trying to align himself when he's saying dudes starting to start their own thing, their own regime, following folks. And I'm listening to him, saying that they reckless, they gang members. He's trying to tarnish my image because he don't want people to know that he know I know. But all I'm telling him, I told him, the same way you silenced me, he pulled me offline, he silenced me like Malcolm. And I didn't understand why. That's when it was like, why you going live when I go live? He pulled me offline 3 days before Kentucky. That's what I was pissed off. I said, wow. You know what I mean? Then you tell me I got a whole nother regime. I got 50 more men, so I got to motivate my men. I'm the drill sergeant also. S-based. NFAC is us, not you. You see, so we giving you this power to make you really starting to believe that. You know what I mean? So that's what I was saying. He's really crossing the boundary.
Let me say this. So pretty much, you and your mans in them are training, building the formation, setting the structure, and putting everything in place for it to look as we see it on the camera.
Yes. Now he has his own circle. We don't know what his circle is. He has men that come out. See what Jay does, he'll bring out Gun Club, RBGs, but then again, the Panther, but you don't like them. You'll speak about them. Like, don't use them. You know what I mean? Don't use these Moors. Don't use all these nations. This is a conscious community, bro. He don't care about nothing. So he'll bring them out and have them fall in the formation, and we'll slide them in with our men. You see, so we are the actual regime, and say the setup from the camera crews and documentary crews and all that comes from him. You see that with the police.
This is what I noticed the other day, and you know what? I was fumbling through, thumbing through some of your lives, and I heard you say something about a documentary. And I'm like, what? I had to pause for a second. I was like, I did see a couple professional cameras posted.
That's what I said.
And where I seen it posted was in Louisville, where all the men went to the ground and he was standing like they was about to shoot something. Did you see that? I don't know. Was you there?
Yeah, I was the one there. When the gun went off, I was the one that Jay was.
No, not that part. They were on some steps. And he was like, hold up. And
okay.
Grabbed their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
And he was looking around, and everybody got down like they was on.
That was set up.
It looked real sloppy though, right?
Yeah.
But on the side, I've noticed a professionally, strategically set camera. Cause like I do, I look at everything. I'm looking at everything. I'm like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing that I noticed about him is that it's one guy that for a few years from 2014-ish, 15-ish, up until he got this following, it's a guy that's always flanking him.
Mm-hmm.
He's hidden in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same guy over, and I'm like, this is rather odd.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a unique person that's always around but never saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Because when it came, like what you saying about that was the last straw to me, because I saw the DJ situation, I saw the bullpup, I saw all that. So I'm like, why is he talking? I told him get offline. I told him, I said, you pulled me all 3 days, you got to get off. This is me and him. I'm like, we need Drew. We got to get this back, because Kentucky, it didn't go right. My last main conversation with Jay, but going into Kentucky, that's like with this here, with Brianna, and all on my boy Juju the Champ. You know what I mean? Juju the Champ. You know what I mean? Pull him up on IG, the little young boy. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I salute him. You know what I mean? The future. I bought this for the mother, right? They see me posting it. I said, we're going to autograph this here and give it to the mother of Brianna for going up there, right? So going into Kentucky, he blocked me. I said, I got 22 men to move, bro. What are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm looking for you, such and such, can't find you. He blocks me. With the Trump situation, because I texted him about that. I said, tell me what to do to fix it. I'm telling him what does he want me to do to fix it.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it, family. Stand by. Stand by. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, family. Stand by. Stand by. I'm working on it. I'm working on it, family. Stand by. Stand by. Y'all know what we gonna do. We're gonna do this all. We're gonna do this one in part 2 tomorrow. We're gonna do this one with part 2 tomorrow. I don't know why this is jamming up. It's looking like it's on YouTube side, because my side is not jamming up. You know what I mean? It froze 666. I'm out. For real, man. The audio is good. So look, we're gonna stop it right there, right? Hold up 1 second. Let's stop it right there. Let's stop it right. Hey, family, anybody want to call in? Anybody want to call in? Anybody want to call in? Let me look and see if anybody want to call in. I don't know why it's jamming up on the video side, but like you said, on the audio side, it's straight. Anybody want to call in? Sounds like they don't want HAP exposed. Just starting to get to the good part. I know. Let me see. We can see you, brother. Anybody want to call in? Give me some what you think now. Don't call here with your old emotional self. We ain't doing no emotions tonight. Let me get a call in number, because we're gonna finish this tomorrow. Let me get a call in number real quick. Can y'all hear me? Y'all good? I ain't even got my lighting set up right or nothing. I'm just like, all right, let me get the call in number, because I'm gonna get man, shout out to Delta, man. And I like y'all people showing who y'all are, because I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get rid of y'all real quick. You know what I mean? There you go. They're going to call the number 410-635-1259. 410-635-1259. Let's get a few callers up in here, and we'll go from there. Jay Pitt, thank you for showing who you are. Pitt Jay, thank you for showing you who you are. Get you out of here. You know what I mean? All we want is real information. We don't want no crying. You know what I mean? We don't want no crying. We want real information. So anybody come in here with that cry, I'm going to get you up out of here. All right, here we go. 1 second. Did I get you? I missed you. You just call back real quick. Call back real quick. I got you. All you got to do is call back. I missed you. They get a number right here. I'm going to have this thing so hooked up where everybody be able to get some conversation soon. You know what I mean? Everybody. So they get a number for those who want to call in. Let me get my stand over here. Let me get my stand. So when y'all call in, I ain't got to put y'all on blast. You know what I'm saying? Sounds like you crying. Nobody, listen, if somebody is trying to warn you that this stuff is fraudulent, don't let your children get involved. Don't let your cousins get involved. Don't let your friends get involved. If somebody's trying to warn you, how is that crying? We the goofiest people on face of the earth. Peace and love, family. Thank you for calling Moorish World TV. Who I'm talking to?
Oh, Hunter Conrad, it's Delta Django, man. I had to call in, man. Watching your show, man, from abroad, man.
Man, look, man, let me say salute. I appreciate you. I appreciate all that you're doing. Brother, come on, the floor is yours. You know what I'm saying? I can't see on my phone because I'm talking to you on the phone. But, brother, go ahead. The floor is yours. What you got to say, big bro?
Yeah, man, I just want to call in real quick for the folks that I'm looking at on the comment section. Okay, yeah, I get it. We get it. What you got to understand is that we understand the passion and the drive that you put into this movement. Like I tell all you folks, it's not what one man has done. It was already in you. And what they have done, they utilize that. Those things like KKK, black versus white, going back to Africa, all this bullshit is. They utilize that to feed off your emotions. And that's what I'm saying around the time of like COVID-19 season. You know what I mean? We're losing businesses and all that shit, shutting down. Everybody is paranoid. You know, you got the hashtag. They put knees on necks. You know what I mean? They hanging us. So right now we need a savior. You know what I mean? We're at that process where we really need a savior. And like what Todd was talking about, us coming from the conscious community, we've been here, done that. We've seen this act numerous occasions. From polite saying names, we're just saying their actions. From Umar, deceiving the people, deception. Y'all saw that with Dr. King. You grown mere men and women sitting here acting like y'all don't know no damn better. Failures. You're a failure to your own children. You're a failure to your ancestors, everything they stood for. You're a failure to your own God. Disgraceful. Every single one of you, black, brown, white, right? You sat there and you saw the agent. Yeah, from Malcolm. You sat there and you saw him. Billy Cowell and Jesse Jackson worked for COINTELPRO for over, 4 years, and y'all sat there and y'all saw it. You sat there and you saw Biggie pop. You sat there and you saw Nipsey get kicked in the face. You sat there and you saw Al Sharpton preach that bull. You sat there and you knew he wore a wire. You sat there, you black folks sitting there, acting like you don't know no better, turning your heads, steady passing around
100, bro.
Meanwhile,
Talk.
you walk with 36 mil. Sitting here on the timeline doing the same thing, sitting there and listening to this man tell you 8 grams. He's telling you this. DJ, you sitting here watching this. They sitting here watching this man tell them he's a vegan, eating meat. They sitting here watching this false prophet speak that false gospel of y'all. All these so-called Hebrews, y'all just as fake as he is, throwing up foes, knowing this man don't know his own science, and sitting here just want to be praised to. Now, as they sit here now, I'm sitting here watching them. This is what I'm talking about, Ty. When they talking about sheep and they talking about cleanse house, they talking about them. These new Negroes talking about they men, militant, street niggas, whatever they want to call themselves, pathetic. Following one man they never even knew. leading their children, leading their wives, they want to be fans and followers. I ask y'all this. Y'all always talking about BLM. BLM, wait till the next interview. It's going to get worse for GMJ. And I'm saying this here. All honor that little line in Zachariah. And, what that was, Wendy's, that little girl, BLM, Black Lives Matter, all these new black folks on your comment section. They love black people so much. Now that little black girl just got killed, right? Recently, how long ago that was? A little minute ago. Go look at her GoFundMe. Now, little Cannon just got hit. The little white boy, God bless him. 500,000 within 24 hours. $2 million for dialing roof. And these new Negroes will sit up here and talk about what we need to do. We need solutions. We need what we need to do. Steady talking about what we need to do. Just want to be directed somewhere instead of getting off their ass, applying themselves. Y'all are failures. That's why you sit here and watch this show. Yeah, go hit the like and go subscribe to GrandMaster Jay. That's what y'all been doing. And that's y'all led us to this point here. We've been sitting here 2 decades playing with you social media, mere vessels, black, brown, white. It's time to stop all that. I don't care how y'all feel. You hear me? I don't care how you feel. And I tell white folks also, that Confederate shit, leave us out of that. Y'all lost that. Leave the N-word out of it. You know what I mean? We can't fix problems with gays and all. I don't care what y'all talking about. So GrandMaster Jay set that tone. Okay, cool. That's how you feel. But you need to understand something. We've been here. We've been here. We've been going through this tyranny. Like Taharkabey, we've been out here in the country community. All y'all are new to this. So all y'all that's sitting here in your feelings, and you overlooking these damn facts. You see that? Open your feelings. You seen these pictures, you seen these text messages, and your God still can't he can't give you an answer why he can't jump on one live feed, and you still sitting here. That's what I'm talking about. Enjoy the show, because I'm gonna give you something else to watch. I'm gonna give you more to think about. You see that? Because today it's over with. NFAR, if you NFAC, you put energy into that. No man can take that from you. You understand that? This man is utilizing the movement, utilizing regimes, and he's utilizing your energy right now. See how you feel right now? You feel upset, don't you? Go blame him for that. He done that to you. He's steady doing it to you because he's still not giving you no kind of results, no kind of explanation. He owes us more than that. He owes beyond it more than that. You hear me? That's all I'm saying. He owes us more. So if y'all upset, you better believe we upset too. That's all we trying to tell you. The conscious community, yeah, we upset too. And you talking about why they're exposing them? Yeah. If we would expose Jesse Jackson, you see that? King would be here. If we would expose Malcolm folks, Malcolm probably still be here. Y'all sitting here talking about why we doing this and why we doing that. Black folks, y'all so confused, stuck in place today. You see? So this ain't Hollywood, bro. This is reality. And this is where you're at today. Slaughterhouse, bro. Slaughterhouse. Yeah, slaughterhouse. Welcome to the slaughterhouse, smokehouse. NFAR, we can't get you up out of this here. Moorish House TV, man. I salute you, bro.
That's what's up, my brother. I appreciate you, brother. Part 2 coming tomorrow. So they better get ready. And then we're going to go live and do a straight live. We can do a Q&A on this demonstration because we need our people to wake up to understand, not to join. Like I said on, they'll see it on part 2, where this is not about somebody joining me or joining you. This is about alerting our people to something that's not right. You can make the determination, but at least make the determination from the evidence, not from your emotions.
That's it, man. That's it. And that's what I'm talking about. I wanted to throw this out there, too. I tried to send a direct message to our son last night. He sat there on side of the TV and ran his fucking mouth. And he disrespected my boy FBG Duck. On that GD, sat there and spoke on that man's mother. See, this cartoon's torsos in here. He's looking for a social media following. So he want to be y'all. He really want to be somebody that's out there putting in the work, don't know how to be real. Speaking on that man, speaking of the death of that man. You know what I mean? Trying to paint this picture what GrandMaster have done with these fools here. You see, but FBG Duck, he was the only leader in Chirac to speak growth and development. He was the only one to speak that. He been squashed the beef. He was pull him up, now pull him up. And look at FBG Duck. You know what I mean? Speaking growth and development, bringing peace. He was the only one. That was the last hope we had for Chicago, and now he's gone. You see that? Sony need to answer to that. Sony needs to answer that. So when Hassan said his big hat wearing ass in the car and sit there and try to be something that he's not, you know what I mean? He need to know gang laws before he go to speaking reckless like that, bro. Going for likes and shit. We got to stop this shit here, this social media mindset. We got to get out here and apply. Like what you said before yesterday, comrade, foundations. We got to start building our foundations up. You know what I mean? This is beyond the sense. You know what I mean? We shouldn't be sitting here waiting on the damn stimulus package. We shouldn't be asking nobody to send water nowhere. Not when you got all these millionaires in out here and you got all these pastors out here, 36-something million. You'll go sit there and watch the movie with Medea and you love the pastor. And then you'll sit next door and question, what is we going to do? 3 little pigs build a village before these Negroes build one.
Indeed, bro. Well, don't give them too much, because you're coming back. We're gonna put the other video up tomorrow. I ain't coming with no commentary, no nothing. We're just gonna post it up tomorrow at 8:00, part 2, and then we're gonna swing back around next week, and then we're gonna get into some real live stream conversation on the topic.
Yeah, right, man. All honor the squad, man. All honor NFAR, all honor NFAC. All under the hashtag, man. We doing it for y'all. You better believe that. You better believe it. Go ahead, comrade. I'll be back in here watching the timeline, man.
Let's get it. Peace, family. So family, I'm gonna wait for y'all. Let's get a couple more calls in real quick. So let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2. To accept,
Hold
press
up,
1.
my goodness.
To send
Hold
a
up.
voicemail. Call from.
You there, big brother, big sis, whoever?
What's up, man?
How you doing, my brother? My apology, man. I got so many calls in, man. I need to upgrade on the calling system. You know what I mean?
You're doing good, brother. You hold it down, big brother. You hold it down, big brother.
Where you calling from? Talk to me. Where you calling from, brother?
So I'm calling from all the way from Memphis, Tennessee.
Let's talk about it, brother. Tennessee. Is it still Tennessee?
Man, listen, let me tell you something, brother. Brother, you own it, brother. Brother, you own it, soldier.
Man,
I'm so happy, man. You took over, man, and tried to save our people from the slaughter, because that's all it's being set up for.
that's all it is, man. You know what, man? Man, listen, man. Anybody call from Tennessee, man, I got to tell you, man, holla at Cook Up Boss for me, man. That's my man. I like Cook Up Boss. I don't know why I got to put that out there. You know Cook Up Boss? That's my man.
Oh, man.
Cook Up Boss, he be exposing people.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's some down brothers down here, man. It's just that, you say we just don't get that exposure, man.
Man.
But look, brother, brothers down with you down here, brother. But let me say this right here, brother. Hey, like you said, it's getting ready to get real crucial, brother.
Absolutely.
And y'all need to sound the alarm for real, brother, because these white folks getting ready to get crunk. Man, look, they getting ready to grab these weapons, man. And you see how they are already trying to send the troops into the inner city. And it's like this, brother, is right on time with bringing our people out with these weapons, making a threat. And it ain't nobody arrested. I'm like, damn, bro, ain't that a terrorist? Ain't that a domestic terrorist threat when you say shit like that? And ain't nobody saying nothing?
And ain't nobody saying nothing. Bro, we are so out of the loop of how politics works and how policy work that we dewy-eyed with these behaviors that if it was done by any other group in this manner, not saying that you can't have guns, you can have guns, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I don't care. You know what I mean? That ain't the point.
You can't go stand on those steps and threaten.
Man, listen. You can't even go. Let me and you walk up Stone Mountain with no permit tomorrow morning, unannounced. Man, we be sitting underneath Stone Mountain Jail. Man, you know Stone Mountain is a national park.
That's what I thought. I thought it was.
Man, it's protected by.
Man,
that's a government park. Bro, that's a government park. Bro, that's not a city park. That's a government park. At the government. And then, man.
Go ahead, brother. So check this out, brother. So like you were saying, like, if I'm asking Belson, like, brother, Like I mean, like you said, brother, nobody know this, brother. And he just pop out of nowhere and just getting all this power.
Hey, bro.
Like, man, this is nothing but a shut up, man.
On Sunday, I'm gonna lay it out. On Sunday, I'm gonna lay it out. I'm gonna show you how he tried to, and he definitely did, make a fingerprint on the low. In other words, the way that these agents do, they gotta make some history for themselves. So when they do come out of the background, they say, "Oh, I was here, I was there, I was here, I was there." So he got pictures of himself in Baltimore, but he wasn't on no panel with nobody. He wasn't moving nobody. He got pictures of himself in Arizona. He got pictures of himself, peep this, even at Nipsey Russell Memorial.
Man, he's everywhere. How the hell he's everywhere?
He everywhere.
Dude, how the hell he get in with Trump?
Hey, bro, how does he get next to, how does he get security or clearance to be shoulder length with Obama? Brother, I can't get that security clearance. I can't.
I can't either, brother.
Brother, I'm telling you, I can't. They ain't let me get next to Michelle.
They'll lock us up. We ask for some clearance and some shit like that.
Man, listen. I ain't even filling out the paperwork because I ain't want no trouble. I'm telling you right now, even this live stream got me thinking like, man, this is a whole agent I'm playing with. For the sake of waking my people up.
Right, brother, you putting yourself out there, brother.
For the sake of waking my people up. That this a whole agent. This the real deal.
Real deal, bro.
This the big time.
Looks like everybody else is laid off.
Hey, bro, this the big time. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. And I'm going to talk about this before I go, and I'm going to get another caller. Bro, have you noticed?
Okay.
Have you noticed this, brother? And I don't know what the chat's saying right now, but have you noticed that nobody within what we would call the conscious community have taken this story on, whether for or against? Have you noticed that?
No.
Have you noticed that?
Tariq was on the court.
Brother Tariq, but brother Tariq.
He laid all the way off, brother.
Yeah.
He laid all the way off, brother.
Check this out.
I don't know. That might be your boy. I don't know him. But
I don't know him.
All the way off. Everybody laid off.
Listen to me.
Everybody laid off. You the only one pushing it.
Bro, there is not.
Pushing,
bro, isn't that kind of odd that Pharaoh, that young Pharaoh who come at the Moors, that young Pharaoh will come at the nation, that will come at Malcolm X, at young Pharaoh. Bro.
When you go mention about this fool right here?
Bro, isn't it kind of odd? Look, check this out. Shout out to Sinetta, right? Shout out to Sinetta.
Right.
But the Don King of the conscious community have nothing to say? Nothing?
I don't know what to tell you, brother.
Nothing?
You up there waiting. You got connection to him, brother. Why don't you ask him what's up?
Man, that's all. Man, listen, I need to find out because this is looking crazy. This looking real crazy.
Maybe you need to get some of your brothers to surround you, brother. Real talk.
Hey, brother. Hey, think about it, though. Let me see. You didn't see Amon Ra squad go against Pharaoh. Pharaoh go against this person. Seti go against Moors. This one, Hebrew go. But you don't hear nobody speaking on this topic at all. Crickets. Crickets. I mean, not for or against, just nothing. Man, is that odd or not? They even came at Dane Calloway. Check out Dane Calloway. He ain't even a part of that circle. He's in a league of his own. They even tried to attack Dane Calloway. But they have nothing to say about this. Dane Calloway is in a league of his own. He's a documentarian. They tried to slaughter him. They tried to make Dane Calloway look like he was the most pseudo, the most plagiarizing documentarian on the YouTube platform. Shout out to Dane Calloway. However, they have nothing to say to this guy. Nothing about it. No examination. No critical analysis. Nothing.
Brother, it's all being set up. They setting this up, brother. They setting this up for the slaughter.
I'm telling you, that's what Pharaoh did in the end.
Yeah.
That's what Pharaoh did in the end.
And,
He decided, I'm just going to kill them all. So this nigga here is setting his own. And then he talking about he wants to protect and preserve his women. What the hell? You got your women on the front side.
where the women at, though? Except in the picture and the tough-looking ones with the guns.
Brother, I seen a sister behind him when he was in Kentucky sitting on the...
Oh, he went out? Oh, man. Bro went out. That's all right. We're going to get another comment. I'm going to do a phone call in tomorrow, man. I think, man, we got to talk about this, man. Let me see. I think bro went out. Peace and love, family. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They got my phone now. I'm nervous. Hey, my phone. They got my phone. They got my phone, family. I'm scared. Oh, they got my phone. Oh, my goodness. Man, my phone literally locked up on me. I don't know if y'all can see me, but my phone has literally locked up. Y'all see this? Literally locked up. Literally. Nothing. I don't know if y'all still playing. My phone up. Done. 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 It's a wrap. It ain't doing nothing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. This ain't right. Look, my phone is done. Done. Look at that. This Facebook, done. It ain't doing nothing. Y'all think it's a game. See, I give my life as a willing sacrifice. That mean, family, I'm gonna go and wrap this. Man, listen, man. I live me a good life, man. I'm trying to tell you, I uplift my people. I'm doing what I love. I'm waking my people up, man. So I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? We gonna be like Malcolm. Ain't this crazy though, man? Ah, man. My people up, man. So I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? We gonna be like Malcolm. Ain't this crazy though, man? Ah, man. My people up, man. So look, tomorrow, family. Tomorrow, family, we gonna be back in the place. You know what I mean? We gonna be back in the place. You know what I mean? I'm gonna restart, family. Peace and love, family. I appreciate y'all. We gonna be back in the building tomorrow at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, family. 8 o'clock. We'll be back in the building with part 2. I mean, man, it is what it is, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Salute, family. I appreciate y'all. Let me get out of here. Peace and love. I gotta figure what's going on with my equipment. Everything messing up now. Goodness gracious. You know what I mean? Peace and love, family. I'm out.